My name is Erica Lee. I studied both anthropology and religious studies, and I'm graduating in spring of 2015. I am a single mom. I have 2 kids. My daughter is 14 and my son is 9. It's definitely more difficult when they were younger. Now that they're older, they're a little bit more self-sufficient, so it makes things a lot easier. They can, prepare meals for themselves, and they know that to do their homework, and they can do all of that by themselves. The hardest part of being a single mom or being a mom in general probably and going to school is time management, because when you're home, you're mom. And no matter how many times you ask them to politely leave you alone so you can study, they have a million questions because you are mom 100% of the time and student about 10% of the time, even though you would like those numbers to be more equal, but you can't really not be mom 100% of the time because it's impossible and it's not really fair. Well, to start with, the reason I've been going to school for so long is that I learned I could only take 3 classes at a time, because if I tried to take full course load of 4 classes, I wasn't able to do it. I wasn't able to do all 4, to spend that much time at home studying and be a mom, and I was working at the time too. So I had to only take 3 classes at a time, which allowed my grades to be better, but it also extended out how long I have to go to school. So I started UNF in the fall of 2011, and I'm just now graduating this year. And that's probably why, because you have to learn your limitations. If you have more than one thing going on at a time, if you have to divide your interest and divide your attention, you have to decide what's more important. And of course, being a mom is always more important, so other things have to suffer. My relationship with my children has been affected by me being a student also. There are days that I feel like I never see them at all. So you try, ideally you think I'll be in school when they're in school, but it doesn't always work out that way. Classes aren't always offered, only in that time frame. So there are evening classes that I've had to take, and like this semester I don't get home until 9 o'clock at night 2 days a week because I'm working on campus and I'm in classes. So on those days they don't see me. And there have been semesters where it's been worse than that, where I've had to go 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm never home, and that's really hard. There's a lot of things when they were younger that I missed on being able to do for them. Like, I've never been able to be room mom because I'm either working or in school. And field trips, a lot of the times, if they're on the days that I'm in class, I can't make those. So they get to go, but I don't get to chaperone, which is, fun things that other parents get to do. But I mean, I'm assuming that's no different really than full-time working parents, because school is like a job. It takes just as much of your time, just as much as your effort. Maybe you do a little bit more work at home with school than you do with your normal job, but it's the same result. So a lot of time spent where I'm focused on other things rather than being at home, being with them, because you have to find the balance. I have to study when I'm at home, and it's easier if I'm not home. Like if I make time to go someplace else that's quiet to study, but then I'm still not home, so I'm still not with them. And so you have to decide, is being home and not paying attention to them better than not being home at all? I've gotten a lot of help. I actually have. Their dad, when he still lived in town and worked in town, helped out a lot. Took my son to Boy Scouts when he was doing that, and things like that. I have been fortunate enough to have a significant other in my life that has lived with me a lot of the time and is able to help when they're not doing their own, working and doing their own obligations and responsibilities. So it does help. If it weren't for that, I probably would utilize my own friends a lot. I have a lot of friends that are mothers, and a lot of friends whose children go to the same events and participate in the same activities as mine. So the mom network really helps a lot. Girl Scouts, my daughter's been in Girl Scouts, I've been a leader, so that's a support group in and of itself. But moms and even single moms, we really kind of band together and we help each other out a lot. And I think if it probably weren't for that, the mom network, I think we'd all be a lot worse off.